Okay, so we're back up. Sorry about the interruption there. Had a little glitch, a little UStream glitch that happens. But now we're back. And so I was going on about a recent article that I saw. I was covered in Motherload. That's one of my favorite blogs. It's Lisa Belkin's blog over at the New York Times. Wish she'd cover us. Actually, she did. We're actually in it. Sort of via Dr. not Dr. Rochlen, but I've got a call coming in. You know what it is? It's from Ben Martin at the Father Life. So I'm going to take the call real quick. Hey, is this Ben from the Father Life? It is Ben. You know what? I'm on Ustream right now. I'm broadcasting my live show at 2 o'clock, and it's so cool that you called me right in the middle of the show because you guys have got one of the coolest dad sites there going. So if you're watching the show and you haven't checked out the Father Life yet, it's an outstanding magazine, great writers, a terrific variety of articles, all on being a dad. They've also got gear reviews and stuff about cars, and it's a super cool site, and definitely want to sign up for their newsletter because that's a thing that kicks butt. These guys send out a great newsletter every week to keep you apprised of exactly what's going on their site. Hey Ben, is it okay when I'm done with the show in about 15 minutes if I give you a shout? Cool. All right, Ben, maybe we can get some DadLabs videos on the Father Life. That would be super cool. All right. Talk to you later, Ben. Bye. Yeah, gotta love it. So Ben Martin from the Father Life checking in. That is a good site. I know there's something we can do with those guys because those guys are awesome. So anyway, what was I talking about? I was talking about Lisa Belkin, Motherload, great mommy blog, great. She's a very and he's back. Yeah.
Need a little help.
Is there any way, you're kind of a construction guy, is there any way we could get a lock on that door?
No. Fire hazard. Code. What if you were in here and the door was locked and the warehouse blew up? Or the tomatoes out on the 18-wheeler in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Combusted? What would you do then, dude? We're not doing it. I've got a question, though.
Yes.
See all these?
Yeah.
All these are kids' CDs.
Yes.
There are lots of them.
Yes.
I can't listen to all these. I don't have enough time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want for people to do
Yes.
is to send you their favorite kids' CD of 2009. I want to know. There's some that are really good. There's some that really suck. But I can't wade through them all.
Okay, so you're asking for some feedback, your favorite kids' CD of the last year. You got the Jelly Dots in there somewhere?
Yeah, I got the Jelly Dots. I dig the Jelly Dots.
Yeah,
Doug Snyder.
That's some of my favorites.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, so write in. You can leave a comment if you're watching at parenting.howcast.com/live. You can send us an email. Send it to info@DadLabs. You can send it to me, Clay at DadLabs. You send it to Brad at DadLabs. Any of us would be happy to hear from you. Shoot us an email. Give us and so what are we gonna do if they send us their favorite CD? We're gonna give them a present or something. You send them one of these DVDs.
Yeah, send
CDs?
them some DVD. Oh, you know what? Gustafer Yellow Gold is coming into the studio next week, and
Really?
and that's probably my favorite album of the year.
Gustafer is going to be in the house.
Yes.
You guys,
yes.
he's coming next week. Is he coming next Thursday? Could he be on the live show?
Oh, maybe. Let me go check the calendar. I bet he'll give us some Mellow Fever albums. So if you
that would be a good present. That would be a good present.
Yeah,
all right. Well, thanks for checking it out. Yeah, Gustafer Yellow Gold. He's awesome. He's a very talented guy.
Taylor's his real name. The dudes from Wilco were on that album.
Dudes from Wilco.
Lisa Loeb.
Lisa Loeb.
Hottie.
I was little tidbit on Daddy Clay. I was in a play in high school with Lisa Loeb. It's true. Yes. I'm cool. I follow her on Twitter. Anyway, so you know what? Don't mess with me. So back to my point. So in the Belkin and the Motherload blog, some discussion of this new study that's out that shows that children who breastfeed are more likely to go to college. And one of the interesting things about the study is to correct for environment and sort of education of the mother. They did all the studies within families that one child was breastfed and one child was bottle fed. And they found this correlation. Now, they don't know if there's causality, of course, because it's all this crazy social science, but they found a link there. We're big fans of breastfeeding. All dads should be. For good reason. Although bottle feeding, I don't know, maybe dads should love bottle feeding because you can do it more. But I don't know where if you guys get all jazzed up about the whole breastfeeding controversy, but it certainly gets a lot of play in the parenting world. I'm so far away from.
It's not either or, dude. It's
What
not
do you
A,
mean?
B, C. I'm saying this. Here's the deal. I'm all for breastfeeding, right?
Yeah.
But why don't you just pump? Maybe use a Medela hands-free pump, put it in a bottle, and then
Right.
dad gives the bottle.
That's also possible, but
Yeah.
it does, means that mom's got to hook herself up to that device.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good.
I've hooked myself up
so
to that
are you
device.
gonna? You have.
I did.
You have famously hooked yourself up to a breast pump. If you have not seen that classic DadLabs episode, I think that was one of our first ones. Over 2 years ago, we filmed Daddy Brad hooked up to a breast pump,
It was a lot thinner then,
and we turned it on.
a lot more hair.
You
hair up
cannot
here.
believe his nipples will stretch out to here. I mean, it's
love-
unbelievable.
I got a couple of. I got some offers from the circus.
Anyway, it's on. If you need to see that, it's
Yeah.
on YouTube. So are you gonna? I know you guys are. Your last minute preparations are going on in your house now.
Right. Yes. Any day now.
Next
Any
week,
day.
you're filming a special episode over at your house.
At my house.
Because you've got an organizer coming to help you clean up your trashy house
Yes. Thank goodness.
and get it ready for the baby.
Right, because it's like a super fun site right now. So we want to clean it up,
Mm-hmm.
organize it, so we can be very efficient with our parenting.
And so let me ask you this: So is it part of the plan for Liz to do a little bit of pumping so you can feed, or
Yeah. Lots of pumping. I really like it. Lots of pumping. Now I know that some women can't breastfeed for whatever reason, medical reasons, and that's fine. Thank goodness for formula in that case.
well,
But
yeah.
Liz is gonna pump a lot. We have a hands-free deal, so I'm thinking she'll just take it wherever she goes. Driving, pumping. Go to the movies, pumping. Having lunch, pumping.
Yeah,
Just
pumping
have
in public.
Sure, hands-free, dude. Just like
Pumping in public.
Yeah, you gotta be able to pump in public.
I mean, breastfeeding in public, I get.
Yeah.
Pumping in public, it may cross a line.
Come on. What are you, some kind of freaking pilgrim? Conservative?
I've heard this is very familiar
Heard that
conversation.
before? Yeah.
But a breast pump, the
Yeah.
pieces of a breast pump are by necessity so that mom can see to make sure everything's going on all right. It's all transparent.
No.
So
I've
as
painted.
opposed to a breast pump, I mean a breastfeeding where the baby is sort of covering
Yeah.
the nipple, and there's at least a little sort of. I mean, that's all public. You do not want that back and forth action. You do not want the nipple stretchage to be viewed publicly. I don't think you want
I've
that.
I've painted them like you paint Easter
You're not
eggs.
supposed to do
I
that. You
painted
didn't
the
do
outside.
that.
I painted the outside.
You didn't do that, and don't say you
do
did
that. I
because you
didn't
didn't.
because you get in trouble. No, I didn't. But no, pumping. You ought to be able to pump.
Okay,
Public pumping.
we had one of those pumps we pumped a lot with our oldest because he was a preemie and he couldn't.
Uh-huh.
He had to bottle feed. He wasn't strong enough to breastfeed for weeks and weeks and
Right.
weeks, and that did lead to some really sweet moments. So I do see the whole. You need to encourage mom to do some pumping so you can feed the baby.
Right.
But man, with the third one, I mean, actually, both of the younger two, they never drank a drop from a bottle. They went right from the breast to a sippy cup.
Wow.
Never. I mean, so in the younger
So
two,
they're going to Ivy League, right? Is that the way it works?
Oh, I hope not, because I can't afford that crap.
I'm with you. My kids aren't even going anywhere.
So So do I have some? I had to find my bonding moments with the kids, other than in feeding, because they breastfed exclusively
What did you
at the
pick?
breast and not even using a bottle.
So what were your bonding moments? What did you do?
Well, I burped
You burped. That's good. Yeah, I burped too.
and I held the baby some.
Yeah. That's good. You got to work for those moments, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually, when mom gets tired, though, you
Yeah, I burped and I did. There was, I found my time.
poop wipe, change diapers.
Yes, and I'm always been very good at the soothing, the colicky baby, the sleeping, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, your deep knee bends. You haven't noticed, you need to start back on the deep knee bend thing.
Okay,
'Cause,
all
you know,
right.
get a little bulbous.
All right. Enough with that.
Yeah.
A couple of quick stories before we go. One other funny thing about the article is sort of how it came about. Um, that before we ever did Dad Labs and all that, Daddy Troy and I were teachers, and we were teaching film when we wrote this book, which is called Filmmaking for Teens: Pulling Off Your Shorts. And so we were really into filmmaking. As a matter of fact, we've got these are the galleys that have come in for Filmmaking for Teens. This is the second edition that's going to come out in 2010, updated, talking about the web, because when we published this, we didn't know anything about the web. This thing we call web video, which we're familiar with now. So we have to update it. But anyway, I got contacted by a movie reporter that was doing a thing on Kevin Smith of Clerks, and he wanted to know if it influenced teens. And he gave me the name. I pitched him DadLabs. He's like, yeah. He referred me to Sharon Jayson, who it turns out we know, because as I mentioned, we were teachers. Her kids went to the school where we taught. So it all kind of comes together. Okay, let's talk a little bit about DadLabs. Definitely some great stuff on the interweb on dadlabs.com this week that you'll want to check out. 4 new brilliant episodes that you're definitely going to want to take a look at. Early in the week, we had a great quality time. Although I'm hard pressed. I'm hard pressed to remember what that was. I think someone's deleted it from the kept posting calendar, making it hard for me to remember. One of the funnier videos that we've done recently, Owen got his wife's sort of famous, and for those of you who watch this live cast, that he got his wife's name tattooed on his arm, a fact that I discussed on this broadcast while he was getting it done. It was supposed to be a surprise for his wife, and she was watching. And he called me, angry. So anyway, that episode hit the website this week. Princess Parenting is the lab this week, which is basically, I was watching some blogs and noticed that people were concerned about this whole sort of princess theme. You go into the toy store and everything for girls is bright pink, and some concern that may not be encouraging them enough to be strong, independent girls. And of course, I'm very much of the school that you want your girls to be independent thinkers and tough-minded. My little girl yesterday had to do the mile swim at camp. She's only 7, and boy, I was nervous about it. I almost always am crazy checking the camp website, because they post tons of photos every day of the campers. I'm looking for the kids. Are they okay? Huh? And this week I was like, oh, look, there's Wilson. What is that thing on his leg? He had a thing crawling up his leg this big. Scabrous, disgusting thing. So he's injured himself. Big surprise. But I was scouring today trying to find that picture of Riley finishing her mile swim. I hope you did. I'm sure you did, honey. I know you tried hard, and I hope that mile swim went really well. Well, our half hour is up, I see. Want to wish everybody out there, all the dads that are watching, a happy Father's Day. I hope you have a fantastic day. Enjoy that special day. Find a way to celebrate and to do something special for yourself. We think you're the best, awesome people. So I hope that you'll stop by dadlabs.com and have a great Father's Day. And we will see you next week, as we do every week, at parenting.howcast.com/live, on dadlabs.com, also on Ustream. You can watch us every week, Thursday from 2 to 2:30, as we talk about fatherhood, parenting, the issues are out there. Brad brings in his nuts, and we talk about the newspaper articles we're in. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining. We'll see you next week on Dad Labs Live. Have a good one.